Hey guys, back with another tutorial. So I've already primed my eyelids with the P. Louise base and I'm going in with the Carnival palette by Be Perfect and Stacey Marie. So I'm just taking the darkest blue in the palette and it's called Mood, and on just a really small kind of pencil brush I am just sketching out my winged out shape and where I will be sort of cutting my crease. I also do it just connecting it to that lower sort of lash line as well with a wing. Then I am going to be taking the shade Soft Spot, and I'm just taking this on a really small fluffy brush and I am just blending out the edges. And I'm just blending out the edges on the lid and not of the wing, because we'll do that when we come to do our lower lash line. So I'm just really lightly just making sure that the blend is totally perfect. Then I'm going into the shade Why Though, and again on the same brush just blending out those edges, making sure that everything looks really good. So then I'll take just a little bit of the black in the palette, it's called Lights Out, and I just run it along where I will be cutting the crease because I want it to be like a really intense sort of colour at the crease. Like I like it to look like there's been colours laid down. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just blending away. Then I am just going to take my micellar water and a cotton bud and I'm just going to cut out the crease. This just creates like a guide for where we will put our product. So I'm going in with the P. Louise and 𝑬𝒀𝑬𝑺 Blank Canvas. And I'm just stamping that along the crease, just making sure it's really neat. So I'm like losing my voice today. And I'm just taking my time with this. I'm not going too fast. I go through a different range of like size brushes just to get right into that inner corner and just make sure that it is totally perfect and it is the shape that you want. So then I'm just going in with a bit of a fluffy brush and just blending out that blank canvas because I've not placed that all over the lid. So I just want to blend out any like harshness that's going to be there. So then I'm taking the 𝑚mitchell and Beauty Bay palette and I am taking the purple shades out of this palette and kind of creating an ombre effect with the darkest shade on the inner corner. So the darkest shade that I go in with is Motto, and I just blend that out. I try and keep the edge of it really neat. I think I'm yet to sort of master how to do that. And then I'm just taking the shade Morgan and then the shade Miles High, which is beautiful lilac, and I'm just blending those out to create an ombre effect. And I'm just letting it go really pastely towards the edge and just kind of let it blend into that blank canvas. Kind of just so it blends into like nothing. So I'm just perfecting that. And then I do go in with a little bit of blank canvas just to neaten up that edge at the top. Just so it's perfect. Gotta have it perfect. And then I am going to go in with the Sheen Cosmetic liners, and this is in the shade Cool Mint and Orchid. So I'm using the shade Cool Mint to outline the purple, and again just take your time with this. These do take a little bit of getting used to on how they work. And then I'm taking Orchid on where we did the blues, just so it's got like a bit of contrast, so it's just a little bit interesting. And then I'm going to take the shade Nitro by P. Louise and 𝑚itchell and just apply that to my inner waterline. These are great for the waterline, they literally stay put all day. And then I'm just using the blues from the Stacey Marie palette that we used for that sort of like wing shape, and I'm just blending them underneath, connecting them with that wing on the top there. Then I'm just adding some flowers to that inner corner. I'm using the more pastel shades just to make sure that like all ties in. And I'm just placing a few, and then I'm just going to put on my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. And for lashes, I am taking these gorgeous ones here. These are called Lexi by Lashes. And then I'm taking the 𝑚itchell and Tatty Lash Underlash and applying those. These I feel like just really enhance a look. And I'm just applying that really fluffy lash on top. These are like some of my favourite lashes ever. I adore them. So then I'm just running a little bit of that Bon Bon brow glue through my brows to make them laminated, and then using the browjam brown sugar pomade just to create some brow strokes through the hairs. I always say it's hair strokes through the brows, but I always get the wrong way around. Then I'm taking the Charlotte Tilbury in Hot Gossip, which is just like a nice pinky liner, overlining my lips, but I'm keeping my Cupid's bow in place, just overlining it slightly, and then filling in a little bit of the lip. Then I'm taking MAC's Best of Me, which is my favourite nude, and it's just a really pinky, really pale nude. And I'm just blending that with the liner so that it looks like a nice ombre effect. And then I'm taking the Holly Boone Cosmetics gloss in the shade Stop It, which is a really nice opaque pink glossy. Oh, juiciness, I love it. And I'm just adding a little bit more highlighter from my Sleek palette. So this is the Solstice one. And this is the final look, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.